Hey everybody, Dale. Welcome to the Sanctum. Yes, I'm back. Yes, I'm back for a pick a card, and I'm actually in my kitchen, so the noise you hear in my background is my laundry going. Thought I would try a different place yet again today, just until I figure out where I really want to do this. It's probably going to end up in my office again, but I wanted to give some different kind of audio feelings and a little bit different kind of lighting just to see what happens, okay? So let's take a look. Yes, we're doing a pick a card. Yay, pick a card. Today's pick a card we're going to deal with is about heartmates and soulmates, twin flames, things of that nature. A lot of people ask in regards to twin flames, in regards to soulmates and heartmates, the whole aspect of is it always the right time when you guys meet? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you meet and know it's not the right time, but you guys know you'll meet again, and again will be later on, will be the better time. Sometimes you meet and you try and it doesn't work, but you know that that's the person meant for you, but you haven't grown enough, or they haven't grown enough to really be ready for you, or you for them. Heartmates are different in the sense that they are there to help you learn and grow and become that next step ready for your soulmate. But sometimes your heartmate is your heartmate, and you find out that they are actually your soulmate in hiding. Heartmates are great in a lot of ways because you instantly bond with them. And they can be the same sex, they can be opposite sex, they can be gender neutral, non-binary. I have, over the years, I've had quite a few heartmates. I have two right now. One that is a step up on Cara, and one that's a heartmate, and he's a sweetheart and a half. He kicks my ass when I need it, and he's determined to make me see some self-worth, which I think may be almost impossible at times. Twin flames are, in some ways, they can be your better half. Both, they can be love, they can be romantic, they can be best friends, soul twins, which is basically a lot of times when I talk about twin flames, is that's what they are. You are two halves of the same soul. Complete upon yourself, but when you are together, there is a connection that's undeniable. It's kind of like being old married folk, but in a different way, because you guys can irritate each other in ways that nobody else can, and you are there for each other like nobody else can. It's on par to siblings in a way, but a deeper siblingship. And for the romantic twin flames, they are the people like heartmates who will pull you, push you, make you really want everything in this life that you possibly can. And even when you think you don't want it, you will discover that you want it, or kind of need it, or they'll explain to you that it's necessary. So the cards we're going to use today are the Karma cards. We're going to use the Archetype cards, the Psychic Tarot. Of course, we're going to use the Symbol Tarot by Angie Green. And at the end of the readings, I'm going to pick out a couple of Rebel cards from the Rebel deck. Because you know what? sometimes you're a badass rebel and you need to have your ass kicked into shape. So we're going to do that as well. Now, the reason I'm not doing a romance angel deck, besides the fact that it's upstairs and I forgot to grab it, is also the fact that in this I want to talk not necessarily about the romance aspects of your relationship with this person. I want to talk about the actual relationship, the wins, what makes them up, who are they, what kind of process do you and they have to go through. Now, I'm going to be honest, being who I am, I have a tendency to swing between him and her in my talk. So please don't take offense if you happen to be lesbian or gay, homosexual, or transgender or bisexual, and I say him a lot, or if I say her and you happen to be a girl and you like guys. I tend to do that only because of the fact that I have friends who are very fluid gender, very pansexual in nature, so I kind of flip back and forth. I default to him a lot because when I do my personal readings, that is the tendency for the area that I live in, both in Florida and now here in Alabama. So one of the things that we're going to do with this pick a card is we're going to do like we always do. Smokey Quartz, Ametrine, Laboradorite, Howlite, and Opalite. I'm going to have you close your eyes, center yourself. I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath. And then when you open your eyes, let the deck draw to you. Pick that card, that deck, and then we're going to get at it. Okay? And again, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and open, and release that breath. Okay. Now, normally I like to make you guys go crazy and figure out which card will she pick first. We're going to start with Labradorite. Closest among us is where we're going to start today. So we're going to move the deck just a little bit closer, a little bit further. Let's see whom you have in store for you. Do, 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 do. Oh. Okay. It's going to be one of those kinds of days today, people. It's going to be one of those kinds of days today. And I have a couple of decks in my little bag of wishes over here that you can't see, but you can probably hear crinkle. Now, I have a couple of decks I haven't reviewed yet. The Earth Magic deck by Stephen Farmer and Denise Lynn's Sacred Traveler deck. And then I have the Sibylla Oracle cards, the Sibylla Indovina. Actually looking forward to using those because I've discovered I kind of really like the set point with them, just like I do with the Lenormand cards. But they're kind of neat in the sense of how they set. And we're also going to pull, I think, a Secret Traveler card as well for these decks today. That explains a lot, yeah. Okay, so the fun thing about me not knowing what the heck I delved out prior to starting the video, because literally I deal the decks, turn on, take a picture, and start videoing, is I have no freaking clue what I'm going to find in the deck when I get here. So let's talk about some of the personality traits. Now remember, when we talk about the signs, they may not necessarily be that sign, Virgo, Libra. I'm taking this towards the end of September, so we're getting into the Libra signs versus where we've been in Virgo, which is my birth sign. But they may have those tendencies, those personality traits. So those are things that you want to keep in mind as we talk. And now they may actually be those person. that sign. But the idea here is that you go with more the energy aspect versus the actual sign aspect. So the thing that came up first in the thought process was the scribe attitude, which is they're all about knowledge and information. They are seekers of knowledge, which actually kind of makes sense in the sense that they are also Aries in nature. That's strength, the honesty, integrity. They like to raise up to challenges. People that you know who are like that are all about willpower and knowledge. They know, they will us to know, and knowing is where you get further. The interesting thing that I found when I was pulling the deck is that it said that you need to rest and reconsider. Not necessarily this person, because we haven't finished going over other aspects of them. But the fact that sometimes we tend to jump the gun, this little group of ours. We like fall in love, and we love to fall in love because we are actually in love with love. We love the idea of being in love. Woohoo! Let's hear it for love. Now, let me tell you, I am all about love. The world moves around love. People tell you that the world moves around money and power. Well, all money and power is based upon the fact of love. Either you love money and love. Love gives you power. If you hate, that's another part of power. It's the opposite of love. So it is either the having love, the lack of love, that motivates in life. So one of the things that we experience with this person is also nurturing passion and unconditional love, that mother attitude. Now, the other part of that, and this is something to be aware of, is that they may on occasion be a little bit smothering. You want them to be the kind of person that encourages you for your independence, encourages you to, hi puppy, hi Shango. Yep, Shango is still here too, and he has decided to join in on the action. But one of the things when dealing with the mother aspect is that mothers are both good, can have good qualities, and they can have bad qualities. The smothering, some people abandon their kids. Some people have this enormous thing of being able to guilt their kids into anything. Oh my God. There's like an ongoing thing about Jewish mother guilt or Catholic mother guilt. And trust me, having grown up with a Catholic mom, non-practicing Catholic, she was pretty damn good at it. She wasn't superb at it. I leave that to my great-grandmother. She was a rock star at guilt. But that's something that you want to be aware of, because if they do have that tendency to guilt you into stuff, then it is things that you want to be aware of. The other thing is that they also have some Scorpio tendencies. So we're looking at water power here, people. So we're looking at, they like control, they believe in, they do have strong belief systems. They also have occasional secrets. Scorpios are a unique little bunch of brouhahas, I have found in my life. They can be very commanding and powerful. They can be very snappish because they know what the fuck they want and they're not afraid to go after it. But at the same time, too, they tend to fucking forget where they are from, and they forget who they hurt on the way up, and sometimes on the way down. And they don't stop and help redefine or apologize for their actions. So it's something to keep in mind. Now, not all Scorpios are like that. I have been inordinately blessed with enough Scorpios in my life. I can make a character study from the best in Scorpios to the worst in Scorpios. And honestly, they're a great bunch in a lot of ways, but you want to be aware of some of the tendencies. Just like in the Aries, they can be butt-headed. They can be they prefer honesty, and they can be honest to cruelty. Let's be honest. We all talk about how it's good to be honest, but sometimes you can be honest to the point of hurting somebody, and they do it deliberately. So it's that fine line balance that you're looking for in this person. Now, the Traveler card came up with grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. And it was interesting that came up because it also talks about your well-deserved reward for this group of the Laboradorite. And as you well know, that when you're grounding, you want to keep your head out of the clouds. You want to make sure that you're founding your relationship in fact, not just emotions or feelings, whether one-sided or not. Because I love him, and if he would just open his eyes and see. Yeah, that ain't gonna work, girlfriend. Ain't gonna work for you, boyfriend. Ain't working. Stuff like that is called crush. Crushing is cool. Crushing is great in short-term things. If you need to get over whatever you need to get over, but realize it's not happening if it's one-sided. But if it helps you to emotionally move forward to get to a place of balance where you can actually start living life and interacting to find this person, so be it. But you have to be grounded because your person needs you grounded, and they need to be grounded. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit of couple things here. I'm just going to pull. Because I feel like pulling. Ooh. Yeah, I'm back, Islands. I'm sorry, I'm back. Did you miss me? So we got the Three of Pentacles, so we know, of course, Pentacles being more earth-based. Being more money, land. Ooh, hold on, everybody. Let me see what the heck is going on. Did it reset? Maybe. That was just kind of crazy for a second there. That was just the weirdest thing in my world for a moment. So it's all about collaboration and teamwork, which we know. Oh, hold on. Okay, craziness. So we're talking about collaboration and teamwork. So obviously it's something that's going to be important to both of you. Page of Pentacles. They are also, not saying, it talks about learning about money, but it also means that they may be in a business that deals with finances. They are also very truthful. They also are looking for love and wanting to learn more about love. Gosh, sounds almost like us. Yay, go us. But the other thing is the Knight of Wands in reverse, is that it talks about going for the charismatic person, the person that just kind of can seduce you by words and voice and looks. And it's telling us that that's not the person, the true person. Look beneath that. Look to their spirit. Look to their full self. Because sometimes what you see on the outside is not the true person inside. And you need the true person inside. That person inside is going to be the person who gives you the best insight. The person who can move you and be with you and be these pages and be that person in step learning and growing with you. Because that's the big thing here to take, is that it's this learning and growing thing. A lot of relationships end because you grow apart. You don't grow along with each other. And if you can't grow with each other, it sucks. It sucks donkey balls. Giant fucking donkey balls. I'm telling you from personal experience from 2 major relationships in my life. The other thing is the Lovers in reversed. It's about choice and balance. And one of the things is with this relationship, especially at first, is you're out of balance. One of you is kind of ready, one of you is so not ready at first. However, things do transform and do change. So what you think at first is this perfect relationship is going to die a natural death. But here's the thing. We do have the Lovers cards. We do have the Page cards. We do have the fact that it is a collaboration, teamwork. We have the thing that says it's a well-deserved reward. We have the thing about grounding. If you go and do the things that you need to do, become well-grounded, become well-suited, take into consideration his depth, his needs, her needs, you take into consideration the way that they need to be felt and dealt with, then you're looking at a person that will be ready for you, and more importantly, you'll be ready for them. Go slow, take time, fogged in. Woo, woo. I think that alone sums it up. You're going to meet them, they're going to be there, it's going to be this like kaboom. But it's not going to be the right time the first time around. You need to give yourself time, him time, her time. But then when you come back around the second time, things will be different and you will sense the difference. There will be a depth, almost like a frisson of energy unlike anything else you've ever felt before. And for some of you, what I'm seeing right now, and I apologize, I had my birthday earlier in September, and unfortunately or fortunately, my abilities kind of went online harder. So I'm hearing and seeing more. So it's a little bit crazy. It's also one of the reasons why I hadn't been filming, was trying to get some of this under control, because when I was trying to do a reading for you guys earlier last month, it was such overwhelming cacophony of noises and people and words. I couldn't keep straight. For some of you, you're going to realize that it's a heartmate, and they're there for the purpose of you growing, because they're going to be so close to how your soulmate is like, that you're going to realize that you need to learn how to be your best. And them in your life is going to teach you how to deal with things that you may not have dealt with before or wanted to deal with before. And that's okay. Nobody expects perfection, least of all me. Trust me, I have a lot of weight to lose and I hate my face, but it is what it is. My best friends and one of my heartmates tells me I'm beautiful as I am, and I have a very hard time with it. And yet, because of who they are, I have learned to take it more seriously, to give it more weight than I normally would. I normally would just brush off and say screw it. And that's what you need to do. For some of you, it is a heartmate. They are here to get you to that grounding, teaching you to go slow, take your time, not rush into things because you're determined to find that love match, but it'll be done with it. So yeah, Laboradorite, that's for you. Go slow. Others of you, you're going to meet your soulmate. It's not going to be quite right, and then you're going to go back later. I want to say maybe 2 years later, and things will be different. So yeah, you'll find that you guys are both in a better place emotionally and maturity-wise. Definitely. So that's for Laboradorite. If you like it, like, subscribe, let me know what you think, and let's go forward. So the next one on my list is Ametrine. Whoop, 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 Ametrine. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for the Ametrine. Ametrine, Ametrine, Ametrine. So first off, I'm going to tell you right off the bat that this was the card, the deck I picked, and I want to pick it again. Because I'm screwed. I'm so screwed. And not in a bad way. You just have to personally know how my life is right at this moment to know just how on par along with this is. And I haven't even picked anything else yet. So, yeah. Life is grand. Life is grand. Life is grand. Traveler card. Let's do this. So let's talk about your beautiful people here. Shit. Can I just like put this? No, I can't. Fuck me. Yeah. Okay, guys. So I'm going to do this reading like I am not even. This is not me at all. I'm going to completely. Because part of me is going to hear this reading whether I like it or not. But there are like 4 other people on this side that I can hear for right now, and I don't know who you 4 are right now. But y'all are still cussing at me, and y'all need to stop. Because we're talking about some Sagittarius. So we're talking about some insights here. We're talking about people who have their ideas. The Archer has its firmament. It has its thing going on. Ooh, hold on. Sorry about that. Me and my washer are having his fit right now. Which is weird, because it shouldn't be, because it's brand new. So, people with Sagittarius in their life, or people who have Sagittarian kinds of aspects, be warned. And I don't mean warned like in a bad way, more like warned in the fact that they can be kind of, they're not bad. I'm pretty fond of most Sagittarians. My sister's one. They have a love of higher learning. They're about knowledge, the great outdoors, natural healing. They are the people who function best by learning and teaching. But they're also the ones who tend to occasionally shoot first, talk last on occasion when they get riled up. Trust me, my sister and I have the scars to prove it. So yeah, the other thing about this person, they have more mystic tendencies. They are in line with the divine, and divine in the sense of the universal wisdoms and abilities. They're kind of like, I want not to say mystics of old, although this could be a truism. They have tendencies towards abilities, powers that we consider other, extrasensory, extension of our senses that we already have. You feel these sense, you step forward. It's just how it works. And that's what they are part of. I think talk about shining. The thing about these people is that with the shine comes and passes occasionally. You need to reflect and redirect your energy. And this is for both them and you. Hi! Oh my gosh, it's a Shango. How are you, puppy? I love you. I miss you, yes. Oh my good, you're my puppy doggy. I'm so happy. I love you. Did you eat your food? Oh, you did! Oh my gosh. He's been so sick, and he has been so much better, and today he is like all peppy-deppy dog. He's like, you're filming, Mommy, I'm here. But the impasse usually comes not necessarily of knowledge, but because of emotions. Sagittarians and the Libras, they are ones who have this need, this kind of balance and harmony. They want balance and harmony, especially the Libras. Libras are huge about it. They're also big. Don't talk of, don't hate the fact that you get, because the Libra scales. They're also about justice and truth. They are also occasionally can be very much rush judgments, repent on the backside kind of people. Not because that they have done anything, that they thought they did anything wrong, but more of they took what knowledge they had and didn't do further research. Unfortunately, I have a lot of Libras I've known over the years, and currently there's one in particular I'm thinking of. They are some of the best people in the world. They get unevenly yoked though, and it is tough for them. It's so tough. And it's tough for those who are around them, because you have to work twice as hard to get them back on track. But it talks about them also being a prince, that royal, the charm, the potential for power and knowledge, of being more than what you think, of kind of like that star power attitude. The problem is that they have a lot of tendencies towards narcissism and self-aggrandizement. And that's something you have to be aware of, that if they can tell you that you're important to them, and then they totally blow you off or forget about you in the middle of saying how important you are to whatever it is that you're doing with them. So yeah. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. One of the things with them, heartmate-wise, soulmate-wise, twin flame-wise, is that the more grace and gratitude you show, the more grace and gratitude they learn to show. They learn, both groups, the Libras and the Sagittarians, learn by being around others. They learn their own internal balance by weighing and judging around how others are, what they like and what they don't like. But what's important with them is the giving and receiving. Libras have to learn to be more giving, especially if they have the narcissistic tendency, if they're princes. Same thing with Sagittarians. Sagittarians have that in spades. They tend to give at times, but then when they want to take, they take with hard attitude and with no regrets. And I'm talking like no regrets to the point of you're like, what the fuck just happened? And it's just how it is. It's nothing bad or wrong about it. It's just how they view the world. So, how does this have to affect you? And I'm going to seriously have like a fucking heart attack, right? Seriously, in like 2 seconds. Oh my lord. So, let's talk cards. Empress in reverse. Empress is always about fertility and abundance. It's about creation. It's about the fact that as heartmates, twin flame soulmates, that when you first meet, you're going to have some amazing things. You're going to find boundaries that you have, that you'll find strength within them and without them. But they're going to be the ones that buoy you up when you never thought possible. In fact, they're going to help you find a way for financial independence. They're also going to be the way that you help them find their financial means and motives. But because the Empress and the High Priestess are both in reverse, one of the things is the fact that secrets are going to come out. And these are not secrets so that you're saying, ooh, these are the things that nobody needs to know. These are like secrets of the heart and soul. These are secrets that you thought you could keep hidden because you weren't ready to deal with them, or you didn't really work self-aware of them. They will come out with these 2 times. It's also about the fact that there is going to be a moment where your abundance and creation ability will stop. And the reason is the fact that you have to learn to let go. You have to accept inner peace. And that's not just for you. That's for them too. They have issues that they need to deal with. They have to get to a point of saying, fuck it, fuck the past, fuck whatever it is that's keeping me back, and accept. Because once they start accepting things for as they are and not letting it bring them down, they won't bring you down, and both of you will start going forward. And we know that because of the full. And we see that begins that journey again. The journey begins, it's full of joy and abundance, and it's great, and things are new and fresh, and there's material gain, and there's love. So is it a soulmate? Yeah, could be. Is it a heartmate? Most definitely. Twin flame? Yeah, but I'm leaning more towards heartmate or soulmate. So what you have to realize is that you're going to have a bump or two. You may slightly have to rethink, do I really want to keep going with this? Or I need to pull back a little bit, readjust, rethink, maybe take care of some of my own home truths, and then go forward. And a lot of times that is what's really necessary for both you and for them to become better. So there you go, Ametrine. Let's hear it for the Ametrine. Alright, if you like that, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. And we're going to do a little bit more, and we're going to find out what show the next 3 we're going to do next. Go team go. Alright, so since we're doing about soulmate, heartmate, twin flame, what are they like? What do we have to deal with? We're going to do Opalite next. Hey Opalite, funny meeting you here. Huh. Really? Ooh. Okay. So we need to talk. Oh, I hate when I say that. I actually watched one of my videos recently, and I said that, and I was like, first words out of my mouth when I was watching, I was like, God, I hate that. But it's interesting because what I had to say afterwards was actually hit home for me. So it was kind of interesting watching my own video and having it basically slap me upside the head and saying, hey, girlfriend, open up your eyes, damn it. So we got to talk because this is bad, but it's also saying there's some work to be done. And not in a bad way, it just needs to be done. Alright, so Opalite, my peoples, let's talk. I'm going to draw a traveler card because we're going to need it. Oh my god, we probably will. But we're going to talk. Because you got... explains a lot, actually. Okay. So I'm going to lay out your signs first because this is going to be the best way to do it. So the 2 signs that you have are Cancer and Taurus. So in my family, that would be the pain in the ass and the snap in the ass. It's not a bad thing though. Tauruses are of the earth, so they're dependable. They can be patient, practical, and stubborn as all shit. Also part of my family. And when it comes to the Cancers, interesting thing about Cancer is the fact that they are about security, feeling, and intuition, and emotions, and home. They are very much the homebody of the group, which is interesting because when we talk about personality types, we're talking about the child orphan, which is about somebody who is going to be independent, going to go alone, conquering fear of surviving. The problem is they also have fear of abandonment issues. And this is going to weigh heavy, that part. It's something that you have to deal with them. something that you have to reassure them about because they are worried about being abandoned. But the fun thing is that they're also advocates for so many others. They put compassion into action. They are the ones that are so proactive when it comes to defending the rights of others. Yet they have their own issue to deal with that they have such trouble with. And their trouble, honestly, is it's badly healed damage from their past, undefined fears that they can't explain. Sometimes they refuse to see what's before them, and they may refuse to see you clearly. And it happens. It's one of those things in life where you have to sit there and literally take the bull by the horns, or take the crab and close its pincers and go, freaking open your eyes and look at me. Listen to me. I'm speaking to you. But it's about great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward, because without taking a risk, nothing's ever gained. And we know that because waiting results is actually part of the aspect here. Your other Sacred Traveler card like just flew up at me and said, "Hey, whoa, okay." And it's interesting. It actually is a very interesting card, so we're going to do that too. But I can tell you that you're going to have a little bit more difficult time with your heartmate, your soulmate, your twin flame, because in some ways they reflect parts of you that you don't like to admit to. The fear of abandonment, fear of being alone. But at the same time, they can bring you such peace and such knowledge and such family life that you've never had before, and you deserve to have. Now, it says the King of Pentacles is in reverse, so it means that when you guys first meet, they're not going to feel that stable. He's not going to be that person where you feel like you can actually build a life with, which is why the family of Pentacles is in reverse. In fact, you're going to break up right off the bat. I'm going to tell you guys right now. It's going to be like, you're going to be like, you're not seeing me. And you know what? It's over. We're never, ever, ever getting back together for whatever. As much as I know what we're meant to be, nah, I ain't having it right now. And it's okay. Because in time, secrets and mysteries are going to be revealed. Hearts are going to be opened. We know that there are going to be some compromises you're going to make in order for it to be done, because they need a passionate, self-assured person just as you do. And by you being that passionate person, by being at their side, by showing compromise and showing them how to open, they'll learn to open. And we know that by showing them patience and self-control, by showing moderation, but also showing balance and harmony, they can have that harmony within them that makes them not only afraid of abandonment, but then also showing their attribute side, the advocate, the part of them that is the giving, loving, caring part, to make it so that their family can be whole, that they can be whole with you. And we know that it's a meant thing because you guys are both cherished by angels, you're cherished by the higher powers. So, you guys, even though you guys have we got to come to a meeting, you guys actually have a great thing. It's just that you guys are going to have to work harder to get what you want. Sucks, but there it is. So, there you go, Opalite. Alright, if you like, subscribe. Ignore the noise in the background. It's going to stop shortly so I can put clothes in the dryer. Yay, clothes in the dryer! And I've just come to a massive thing for today. And we'll go from there. Alright. So next on our list is Howlite. Howlite, how do I see thee? Let me count the ways. Let's see who your people are. Yeah, makes sense. Okay. And a travel card. Looks like you got two at one time. Okay. Okay, people. Let us talk. Let us talk about the goodness and the graciousness of the face of the planet. No. Yeah. So you got the big and bold Leo people, Leo type people. You know, the ones, they seem to be, how do I, yeah, they're bold. They have that, they like to have fun, but they're also they can be kind of, braggy. They can be kind of prideful. They also put on a show by themselves almost. But they also have a tendency to put off work. They are procrastinators like nobody else's business. They think everybody else should do for them. Yeah. But they're also really good at organization. They are truly nobility in heart. However, they do have their own little flaws. Let's talk about Gemini. Now, my initial reaction is, but I have a very bad relationship with one particular Gemini. So I try not to let that color my thoughts of Gemini in total. Geminis are about duality, about feeling two emotions at the same time, like hating something yet curiously curious about it, about talking, about learning, being restless, being about people. They are very much people persons. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way. They can be overly interested in stuff that they really shouldn't concern themselves about, and then at times they aren't as concerned about things that they should be. It's that duality of nature. Kind of like Pisces, but different. So they have that goddess attribute, which is that whole feminine divine, about life force, being one with nature. They are close. They are very sensual people, and they know it, and they ain't afraid to show it. Good gods. But they also have some priest-like attributes, which is that they have their spirituality. They believe in spiritual energy. They also have a tendency occasionally to push and they can forget about other people's spirituality and spiritual beliefs and push their own wars on others. And if you don't like their way, then they're all about the highway. And persecution sometimes. So that's the dark side of their nature. And most are pretty good about being not too far with that, but there are some, they're called cultists for a reason. But it's interesting that with them, what I pulled were interesting, great cards, Blossom and Heal. So again, in the Psychic Tarot of the Heart that you guys got to Major Arcana cards, you got all about healing, breaking the chains, letting go of past problems, past beliefs, and blossoming, growing, blooming, being part of the world, being part of yourselves, and joining into the idea of the collective whole. And in a sense, working together in that whole, water and earth, fire and air. You need both to engender that for the purpose. And it's interesting because it talks about you can overcome anything, overcoming obstacles with the Traveler deck. So obviously there's going to be some obstacles at first for you guys. No shit. Having priest and goddess tendencies, having duality of personality to deal with. It's something that you have to deal with. So we're going to do some grouping here and make it a little bit simpler for us. So first things first is we're looking at the idea of that zero patience. May have turned to may be afraid of long-term commitments. Happens to the best of us. May have some insecurity financially or even insecurity personally. Something both of you share, actually. And that's actually one of the ways that will kind of engender that moment where you guys meet. Also, it may be that you guys didn't get a new job. Maybe a way that you met. Maybe the fact that you thought something would work, didn't work, and you're consoling each other. Other thing about the wands being upside down, I wanted to talk about these. Remember what I said, wands in reverse, any card in reverse does not necessarily mean a bad thing. Now, the fact that it's the 6, 7, and 8, which I think is absolutely hysterical to no end. We're dealing with victory, standing your ground, and sudden change out of the blue. So they're in reverse. So what we're actually talking about is that you're not going to have a quick, triumphal affair relationship with this person. It's going to take a fucking work. Are you going to be committed? The thing is that you don't stand your ground. You don't do self-defense. You give in to people way too fucking much. It's a shortcoming of mine. I tend to back off. Take the blame for shit when I don't have to. If I know somebody's hurt because of me pulling away or something, I'll accept the blame and move forward because I think it's easier, but things don't get resolved. And that's something you need to learn to do, is to stand your ground, but to be open to the fact that there may be more there than what you think. The other thing is about sudden changes out of the blue. There's going to be, you're going to feel this rough. It's not going to be sudden. It's going to be stops and starts and stops and starts. Oh my God, will it ever end? Will we ever find a way to be able to make this work or not? Well, we know it does because we have heal and we have blossom. So we know that you guys do reach that point. We know that King of Cups says it's all about loving, kind, trustful person. And we know about the Nine of Cups. One of our favorite cards is about wishes coming true. So we know that this is a soulmate link, that you're going to have to fucking work your ass off to make it work. And your card, you actually got 2. Hey. See if I can unstick them. View from above and voyage of the heart. Get the big picture, because that's what's going to help you best. And love flows through you and to you. So obviously, it's going to take some work. You're going to have to balance and make sure that they keep in balance a bit. But yeah, this is something that's going to bless you both, this relationship. It's going to help you. There's going to be, at first, some pitfalls. There's going to be some rough spots and edges that bang against each other. But if you're dedicated, if you overcome the obstacles, things are going to get better for you both. And you're going to do it together, which in my eyes is always an awesome thing to do. So, way to go, Howlite. So, if you like that, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. And we're going to go to the last one. Smokey Quartz, which by the way came from my Goddess Provision box. And I need to give a serious shout out to the Goddess Provision girls because they rock. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes, I think, this year. 4 boxes? 5 boxes? And in between all this, I moved. And this is my first or my second box since I've been here in Alabama. And this air box has been phenomenal. I have the chime up near my doorway to my kitchen. And every once in a while, I'll chime it. And it kind of just gives a cleansing feel throughout the kitchen. It goes into the living room. And I have a tendency to have this in my house, in my living room. So it picks up the negative energy and gets rid of it for me. So I am beyond thrilled with my little stones that they send in every box. It is one of those moments in I'm like, whoever thought of that idea, making sure that there's a stone for every box, you are brilliant and I love you. I cannot say enough good things about them. And I'm getting ready to do their self-care course that they offer, and that's going to be fun, and it's going to be hard work because I suck at self-care. And that's all we're going to say about that. So, oh, really? Really? We're going to do it this way? Oh, fuck. Okay. So, Smokey Quartz, I'm so sorry. I'm laughing at this because the 2 cards for the signs, personality traits, are literally opposite complements. Basically, if you're looking at astrology, they are literally across from each other. And I'm like, really? We couldn't have done this any better, dude. It's like, seriously, this is crazy. So I'm just going to lay it out. It's Pisces and Virgo. Being a Virgo, I'll tell you, I can be fairly analytical. I am about learning. I'm all about healing. I'm about serving, about being for others. The whole thing about perfectionism, people take it the wrong way. Most Virgos I know are self-perfectionisms. We expect perfection from ourselves. We do expect a certain amount of order and reliability from others. If I ask you to do something, you do it. You don't put it off for like 5 hours. Because by then I'll go get it done and you're going to piss me off and I'll be angry for about 2 days. Especially if this is like the 5th time that this has happened. Pisces, which is basically the North Node, the other side, is one of my sister's signs. We're actually 6 years, 6 months apart, literally, to the day. No joke. And it's interesting because they do have more about the emotions and the psychic abilities, and they can be very indecisive at times. Oh my God. And somewhat gullible. Because of the fact that they are very emotional and sensory creatures. They want to be part of something more. And it does tend to be like that. But they are also some of the best people on the planet. And I don't mean it because I'm a Virgo, but just I know Virgos. I know a lot of Pisces. Oh, do I know Pisces. Great people. So this is an interesting way that this has started for me. The other thing is the storyteller and the father attributes. So you have somebody who is all about supporting and guiding, creating a family unit, maintaining a family unit. And then you have also the storyteller that brings and expresses life through stories and symbols, which again is funny because, as you guys know, I also write a seminar at your garden. So I saw those two and I just started giggling. I was like, all right. I didn't want anything about moi, but all right, we'll go with it. Now, the other thing is the bad sides about these is the fact, like I said, is the father figure, is the abuse of the authority, being a dictator style, telling stories that hurt others, being ultra perfect, requiring ultra perfectionism, being so overwhelming or idealizing stuff that nobody can ever live up to that standard. And it sucks. I have people in my life who have done that. I have people in my life who have had learned hard way not to be that way. Interesting. So it's going to take dedicated effort for you guys to be together. But it's something that will really, truly call to you because it's coming together, which is in the second card deck is all about, it's the Two of Cups. It is all about love and passionate love. Dedicated effort means that you guys are going to have to work harder to be together. It's going to be about the gates of triumph and success expands in your life as you go through it. Does this mean that it's going to be simple? No. There are going to be gives and takes, the fuss budget moments of Virgo, the wishy-washy moments of the Pisces aspect that says, well, yeah, you say you love me, but do you really? Or I can't handle it and I got to go away for a little bit because I'm getting freaking overwhelmed with stuff and I don't know what to do and I want to tell you how I feel, but I can't. Emotions for Pisces can be very tough at times. Sometimes they revel in it, some don't. Some would prefer to be more like Spock and cut the emotions out, suppress them at all costs. And it's up to you to help them. Okay, so we've got a lot of swords, and a lot of them are in reverse, which tells me a lot. Things that you guys are going to have to work on. So the big thing is that you guys both have had nightmares and anxiety and depression, especially recently, that you've lacked some mental clarity in your life of where you guys want to go, what you want to do. Both sides of your nature. That's one of the things that drew you guys together. And in fact, the lack of autonomy in your life, lack of fairness in your life, especially somebody specific who's been the control person, the control freak. And that's one aspect that kind of worries you with them. And with good reason. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't, but it does. The Knight of Swords in reverse means that normally they take quick actions. They are a crusader. But in this regard, they're being cautious, slower, because they're wanting to do right and they're wanting to think things through. They're not just going to go in where angels fear to tread kind of thing. Seven of Swords usually is about cutting corners and being deceitful. They're not doing that this time with you. They want to do what's right. They want to do and take it slow. They want what everybody wants, true love. They want to see if this is the real deal. And even if it's not the real deal and you guys are just heartmates or twin flames, without the soulmate aspect, they want to give everything to this because it's going to benefit you both. That's how they are. And that's something you have to understand. Now, giving and receiving is an issue for both of you. Woo, it's an issue for both of you. And it's not that you don't know how to give or you don't know how to receive. Virgo has issues receiving. Flat out. Virgos in receiving are like, what? Virgos are awesome at giving. Pisces give. Pisces can receive pretty decent. They kind of go wacky every so often and go on a take mission, and then they go on to a give mission, and then, but it moves out over time, a long time. Virgo have trouble learning to receive. They have a internal quid pro quo system. If you give, I have to give. And it's not that they want to be that way. It's that they have a self-worth aspect that says, you give this to me because you find me worthy. Now I have to be. I need to show you that I can be worthy. And so that's part and parcel of what they do and how they behave. So that's something that you're going to have to work with them with. That they don't have to always give back once you give something. That sometimes it's okay just to receive and to be good with it and to move forward. But be warned that they will tend to give you surprise gifts. It's just their nature. The Page in reverse is about money. Pisces can be crap with money. Virgo, a lot better with money. Depends on the Virgo. But at the same time, money is not important to them as much as the experience and being able to have just enough to do the basics. For them, money is just a thing. It's not the person. Two of Wands in reverse is about planning for the future. They haven't planned for the future yet because they really have a hard time believing that there is a future for them. You change that for them. They start believing that there could be. And that makes things uniquely different for them. Queen of Cups in reverse. The bumpy path may include counseling. It may include having somebody to talk to. Both for you, for them, together, or separately. You may need somebody. Is it saying that you guys have mental health issues? No. What it is saying is that you guys may need somebody professional or somebody you guys trust that you can just go to and say, hey, we're struggling with this aspect of our relationship, X, Y, and Z. And it may be somebody who's been married for 50 years or 20 years or 30 years who can say, oh gosh, yeah, me and Rose, we went through da 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 da. And you know what we found out works for us is this. And it may be just the thing that you need to hear is that compassionate ear that gives you the strength and the knowledge that you need to go over the next hurdle. Now, the Emperor in reverse is interesting because, there's a lot of reasons why the Emperor in reverse is interesting. It's about stability and about leadership. So, leadership issues are going to be between the two of you. It's going to be something you guys are going to fuss with for a while. It's going to be that who leads this dance kind of thing. Do they lead the dance or do you? And it's okay because sometimes they're going to lead, sometimes you're going to lead. And you have to learn to make that balance. They are not going to be good at it at first. They're going to suck donkey balls. But they need that structured stability, and they need to know that, hey, if it's this aspect of things, they know that they don't do good at it, and so you are going to be the leader. But because they're really good at this thing, that you will allow them to take the lead, that you are going to basically step back and let them shine. They need that. It's good for their soul. It's good for their heart. It makes them want to be more for you. And it helps them to want to do the other stuff that's not as easy, that they normally would quit at, but they're more willing to ask for your help. So, judgment. It's all about rebirth. It's about taking action. It's about being aware of your truth. It's a wake-up call. Hey, do you want this? You gotta fucking work for it. You gotta fucking act. You gotta grab the Virgo Pisces by the hand and say, hey, I'm here. Enough. I'm not going away. Because trust me, both parties of that signs are very big about pushing people away. Sometimes because they don't feel worthy, sometimes because they can't conceive of things, and it's up to you to help them to see it. Because sometimes for the Virgo, they're too practical to dream, and for the Pisces, they dream so much they can't. They need to be grounded more and see that they can have a home base to come to. So the last card for you is choosing your path. All is possible. Do you want this path? You have a path that it's going to be tough. It's going to have moments. But in the end, you're going to be blessed. Truth will become your own. You will have all the things that you could ever want. An assertive leader. Be well loved. Learn about love. Be supported. Doesn't everybody want to be supported? And in the end, good times. A wedding. A relationship announced. A public declaration saying that you guys are together. So, Smokey Quartz, you have the opportunity for so much. It's just a matter of your choice. How do you want to take this with your heartmate, possible soulmate? Because the thing with them is you probably wouldn't know your soulmate until you actually go through the work. They're a little difficult. Take it from somebody who personally knows that fact. I'm a little difficult. So, there you go. That's for the Smokey Quartz. Again, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Tell me what you think. Tell me what kind of ideas you want to see for our upcoming tarot cards. I have one coming up that I want to do regarding. I want to do regarding the aspects of abilities and talents, and you're just looking into things that you are going to flourish in the upcoming future. So I promised you guys a badass rubber card deck picking, and we are. I love this deck. I don't bring it out often. This is like my go-to when I need like a swift kick in the ass. And I'll be honest with you, it is right now, although this is a timeless moment, it is actually the middle of September, going towards the end. I am feeling quite ragged personally, and I need a swift kick. Doing this video helped a lot. It's something I needed to do. So, let's do this. We're gonna pick some swift cards for you. Alright. So, let's see what the Rebel Kick Myself in the Ass deck has to say today for us. By the way, this Rebel deck is, you can find it on Amazon, you can find it on the website. So. Alright, I have, yeah, I can tell that this is Sonara, AL, girlfriend, girly girl. We hear you, and let us tell you what is going on for you and your friends. First thing, that project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. So, stop procrastinating. Get on it. You know that idea that it's talking about. You know that person. You know that project. Go for it. What are you waiting for? Your engraved invitation ain't going to come in the mail. You need to go and get it done so then you can send it out and then get the engraved invitation that says, welcome aboard. Go after that person. You equals tight ass. Loosen the fuck up, control freaks. Don't get laid. Depends, maybe. But yeah, usually control freaks don't get laid. Yeah, very rarely. It's not everyone else's fault. It is yours. This one is for a few of you out there who have been around having moments and blaming everybody else. You are a grown-ass adult. Stop blaming others for your own shit. You did it. Nobody else. Own up. Move forward. Life is over. With that nonsense. I can't stand when people blame other people when it's their own shit. Stop obsessing. You are not the fucking center of the universe. What? I'm not? What are you talking about? Okay, so I have to tell you that seeing this card right off the bat, I kind of knew that this is going to come because I have a tendency to obsess over crap that happens. Not because I think I'm important, but I obsess because those things that have to be done or things that are bothering me or things that get to me. So this card is a swift kick in my ass that reminds me that it's not all about what I have to think it's about. I have to keep going forward because if I obsess, it's going to basically stop me in my track. And then this doesn't get done. And I have shit to get done. So there you go. And control freaks don't get laid. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed the reading. I'm glad to be back. I'm back, people. And if you need anything, let me know. My website is being updated as we speak, so you'll be able to see everything in one shot, one place. Both my Alexander stuff, my readings, my pricings, all of the videos will be absorbed into my Sonara.com website. They'll both, the alexander.com will reference into the Sonara. So you'll be able to see all of my stuff soon, shortly. So hopefully you guys will have a beautiful and fabulous week. And remember, it's not about what happens. It's about how you choose to react. Things are going to happen, good and bad. How you choose in that moment to react is what makes a difference. So, take a second, breathe, and think. Just think. Am what I'm doing at this moment, am I about ready to do something that I'm going to regret for the next X amount of years? Or am I going to do something that I'm going to be good about going forward for the next 5 years? It's human nature to jump emotionally at stuff, but for those of us who are tender, who are sensitives, who are empathic, who have any kind of psychic talent whatsoever, it is a very tough time, even with shielding, to not instantaneously react and sometimes overreact. So that is my piece of advice for you. Remember, take a breath, step back, and think, is this what I need to react to this way? If your instantaneous feeling, do I need to react this way? Or is there a better way? Because sometimes the instantaneous reaction is a reaction actually to a past event, not a current event. So keep that in mind. Think about your heartmates, soulmates, twin flames. Hopefully you're going to have the most awesome, fabulous last third of the year. Ben did me.